Incoming tourism management student ka ba? Ano ang mga subjects at aaralin ng isang first-year tourism student? Ano ang dapat mong i-expect sa tourism na course? If you want to know the answers to those questions, please keep watching this video. Hello mga turista! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Dahil tinawag ko kayong mga turista, tama, gagawa ulit ako ng video about sa aking college course which is Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management or Tourism Management. Pero bago ang lahat, I would like to introduce myself if you're new to my channel. My name is Tori. I am a incoming third-year college student taking up tourism. I am studying in a state university here in the Philippines or Manila. But even though I am an incoming third-year college student, this video is going to be especially for those incoming tourism students or first-year college students that will take tourism. Tapos, my next tourism vlog will be all about the second-year college or sophomore year of my experience in the tourism course, experiences and subjects, also sharing tips or knowledge that I gained throughout my course. Kaya what are you waiting for? You should subscribe now to my channel. Also, click the notification bell so you'll get updated vlogs about the tourism management course here in the Philippines. For you to watch my previous vlog about tourism management course here in the Philippines, I will put the link down below wherein you can check out my first or previous vlog about tourism. Stay updated on my future tourism content.
And without further ado, let's get into the main topic.
So, since this vlog is for the incoming tourism management students, I'm gonna share my experience before I got into the course, some requirements, as well as the subjects I took when I was first year college. But as a little disclaimer, all the schools and universities have different strategies or curriculum, may I say, that some subjects that I took when I was in first year, you may not take it up immediately. Sometimes some subjects will be taken in your higher years, so it really depends on the school or university you're going to. So, para magkaroon din kayo ng idea, I would like to mention na I am a senior high school graduate. Yes, naabutan ako ng K-12 like most of you guys. And my track when I was in senior high school was TVL. And the strand I took was Home Economics, Specialization in Food Technology. So, syempre, kung hindi ako naabutan ng K-12, baka graduate na rin ako ng college ngayon. Pero, that's okay, I believe that learning is earning. So, let's just look on the bright side na huwag natin isipin, sayang yung 2 taon na. Let's just view it as a blessing that we were able to gain more knowledge, more experience, and fun when we were in high school. Kasi yung iba nga, diba, when they have already graduated, they say that they always miss being a high school student. Ang tagal nating nanatili sa high school, but at least we learned more things. So, ayun guys, I am a TVL graduate in senior high school, Home Economics, specialized in Food Technology. And okay naman, nakapag-tourism naman ako even though my senior high school strand or track was quite far from my current course, Tourism Management. But there is some additional subjects when you reach college. Kasi if you haven't already known, yung angkop na senior high school strand para makapag-take ka ng tourism is ABM or TBL Tourism. If I'm not mistaken, yun yung alam ko, ABM or TBL Tourism ang dapat mong tinik sa senior high school para wala ka masyadong problema. Because in my case, since I graduated senior high school in TBL Home Economics, I needed to take up a bridging program or bridging classes which were additional subjects. One subject was added each SEM. Okay naman, hindi naman ganun ka-hassle. One subject lang naman yung nadagdag sa kada SEM ko. But of course, that still depends on the school or university you're going to attend in college kasi not all universities have this called bridging program or bridging classes. That's helpful because even though I'm not an ABM or TVL tourism student, when I was in high school, I was still able to take up tourism management. If you're just an incoming senior high school student now, maybe you should take ABM or TVL tourism if you plan to take in college tourism management. But if you're not an ABM or TVL tourism student, that's okay because you can also take up tourism management in college even though you're a STEM student, a HUM student, or other tracks or strands. So what was the process of my enrollment when I enrolled in this course? So, in 2018, I attended the entrance exam of the university that I'm attending now. After passing the entrance exam, enrollment process na, okay naman. When I enrolled for my course, hindi naman tinanong yung height or weight mo. Hindi tinanong sa akin yun. But, tinanong kung ano yung strand ko noong senior high school. Since hindi ako ABM student, I had to undergo some additional subjects or the bridging program. Besides that, okay naman, smooth naman yung enrollment process ko. As long as I completed the requirements, hindi naman yung mahalaga kung anong height mo or weight or BMI or now guys, I'm gonna talk about the subjects that I took when I was in first year college taking up tourism. Now I have my registration cards when I was first year. Nilabas ko na itong mga to, kinuha ko para mabalikan ko kung ano yung mga subjects ko noong first year kasi syempre guys, since incoming third year na ako ngayon, medyo nalimutan ko na yung ibang subjects or the long names of each subject. Palitan ko yung names para maalala ko rin kung ano yung mga bagay na inaral ko ng first year. Here, I have my first SEM registration card. And let's see what subjects I have here. So, I'm gonna focus and put emphasis on the major subjects that's related to tourism. So the first subject that I would like to share to you guys is macro perspective in tourism and hospitality. If you have watched my previous tourism blog, I have mentioned there that tourism management is widely associated or close to hospitality management. So when we say macro perspective, it is the wider or overall perspective of tourism and hospitality. Not to be confused with micro, which means smaller or specific. The subject that I'm talking about now is macro perspective. But the micro perspective was another subject that we took up on the next SEM. Here in the macro perspective of tourism, it was more on general information about tourism and hospitality. I quite remember studying about the ancient 7 wonders of the world as well as the modern 7 wonders of the world and basic attractions in the Philippines and around the world. So in this subject, we were also introduced to a phonetic alphabet which will be used for codes when we study it, such as Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo. Don't worry, when we were in first year college sa tourism, hindi pa naman kami nagkabisa na maraming codes agad. We just memorized some codes when we reached second year college. The next subject I'm gonna talk about is Philippine culture and tourism geography. So I remember studying a lot of things in this subject, but I'm gonna try to give you an overall or general perspective of the subject. So here in this subject, inaral namin yung buong Philippines or the Philippine map. Bawat lalawigan along with the capital and the location on the map kung saan siya nakalocate sa map, kinabisado rin namin. The cities in NCR or National Capital Region, the 16 cities and 1 municipality in Metro Manila or also known as NCR. Inaral din namin lahat ng 17 regions ng Pilipinas tsaka kung anong mga lalawigan ang under ng bawat region. So, syempre, marami-rami yun. As in, mula Batanes hanggang Tawi-Tawi, inaral namin, kinabisado namin. I became really aware in the whole Philippines, which I was really happy about. Even though na mahirap talagang magkabisa, it was a challenge, but in the end, natuwa ako sa result ng mga knowledge na nagain ko. I found my old Philippine map quiz using the blank map. This was our quiz mismo.
Nalungkat ko siya sa old files ko and this is it.
Lahat ng lalawigan with the capital. And yan, may mga check na kasi yan yung tama. So, ano bang score ko nito? Yung nakuha kong score nito was 94. So, yun. Kakabisaduhin mo talaga yung buong Philippines if you're gonna take tourism. Sa una, mahirap, pero if you enjoy what you're doing, hindi naman ganun kahirap. This is the black map of the Philippines. Ito yung sagutan namin. And maybe sasagutan nyo if you take up tourism management. I would also like to share what I found. These are my old reviewers, a lot of papers. These reviewers are for each region in the Philippines. All the 17 regions, I had at least one reviewer for it. Doon naglalaman hindi lang mga lalawigan or capitals. Doon din halagay kung ano yung what this region is famous for, what each lalawigan is famous for, at some attractions and facts about tourism or destinations. So, mahirap din siyang aralin kasi sobrang dami rin na tourist attractions sa Philippines. Aralin mo rin yung basic history and culture, but it was really fun because gaining knowledge is fun. So, the next subject that I'm gonna share is tourism and hospitality marketing. So, simple lang naman based on the subject name. Dito natuto kaming how to market the tourism service, tourism product. It's like all about the clients and the customers, how you should serve or handle them. We also learned how to provide a quality service and develop confidence when you are marketing your service or product. Para sa akin, it's kind of more on the professional or corporate side since really related to marketing and management. So, this subject is quite similar to our other subject, business marketing. We also took that in the same semester. But business marketing was one of my bridging classes. It was a ABM subject that we needed to take since we weren't in ABM when we were in senior high school. So those were the subjects I took on the first SEM, the major subjects related to tourism in my first SEM. I didn't mention the minor subjects, but all in all, my subjects in the first SEM were 10 subjects. Moving on to my second SEM subjects in first year. So, dito na namin inaral yung micro perspective of tourism and hospitality. This micro perspective is quite specific, more into the more thorough topics that's related to tourism. So I remember studying in micro perspective of tourism, the types of tourisms, because there are a lot of types of tourisms. For example, is adventure tourism, vacation tourism, luxury tourism, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of types of tourism. Dito, inaral din namin yung konting basic parts ng aircrafts or airplane and some basic airlines. This subject is really more on tourism-related terms. You're gonna study a lot of terms and definitions. Inaral din namin dito or in-explain din sa amin yung client interaction, how to handle customers and serve them, and how to provide a good quality service. Moving on to the next subject I took when I was in first year is risk management as applied in safety, security, and sanitation. This subject is more on how you should manage the workplace itself, more on how you should keep it sanitized, more on how you should have good hygiene yourself as a service or crew worker. Tinuro sa amin kung gaano kahalaga na i-keep mo yung workplace as well as yourself really clean and neat para ma-please natin yung customers. We should always keep ourselves clean and pleasant. Inaral din namin dito yung ways to prevent risks and hazards in the workplace. It's also all about food, customer, how to avoid food contamination. So now is the last subject that I will share to you guys. I have also mentioned this sa nakaraang vlog ko about tourism. It's the subject transportation management. Here in this subject, we studied all about the transportation system here in the Philippines. For example is the LRT1, LRT2, MRT, PNR, and other modes of transportation. We also studied things about beep cards, road signs that is used by drivers, caution signs that we see on the streets, as well as some basic history of the Philippine transportation system. Medyo inaral din namin yung basic transportation systems ng ibang bansa, like what is the train system that is used in Europe, anong train system yung meron sa USA, mga basic lang naman na train systems or transportation systems. Also, you're gonna study sa laws or mga batas na kailangan natin na sundin para mas maging okay or mas maging smooth yung transportation natin dito sa Philippines. This subject is really fun to learn, especially if commuter ka rin araw-araw, papuntang school, or commuter ka in general. You can really relate to this subject and marami kang matututunan na pwede mong i-apply sa araw-araw mo na pagbiyahe or pag-commute. So guys, I hope you liked this video wherein I shared my experiences when I took up tourism for the first time. Watch out for my next vlog wherein I will share to you guys my experiences and the subjects I took up when I was in second year college. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click the notification bar if you want to be notified whenever I have new tourism vlogs or fun and informative content. Please don't forget to comment down if you have any more suggestions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment it down below. I will try my best to answer your questions either in the comment section or in my next vlog. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in my next video.